I feel really honored to be between these two guys.
Thing.
You know, this guy was one of my heroes. Badfinger was one of my favorite groups. Yeah, your guitar style, and I heard it on stage today. It's very particular, very cool, very distinctive. You know, and you know, one song that I wish we could do, but no one would get it, Dennis.
Yeah, it's a great tune.
One of my favorite songs, and you sing the end of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I can always thought,
Yeah. What a great song.
I kind of always thought Badfinger was where the Beatles should have gone musically, you know, because I just loved the way you constructed the songs.
So you joined Badfinger when they became Badfinger?
Yeah, I joined them about the day they got the name Badfinger. Yeah.
Okay.
So they were really kind of still the Ivies then, but then they became Badfinger.
Is there a story behind the name?
Badfinger?
It's supposed to be from John Lennon playing the piano on A Little Help from My Friends, and he's not that good a pianist. And so they had, I think they called it Badfinger Boogie. Yeah.
That's before they had a title for the song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's what we were told. Neil gave us the name. Neil said, "What about Badfinger?" Neil Aspinall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was your road manager?
No, he was the Beatles road manager.
Oh, right.
People always mix us up with the Beatles.
But what did Neil do for you? Just a pal?
Neil was the guy running Apple. And he knew the band was looking for a new name, so eventually he suggested, "What about Badfinger?" Badfinger's not a really well-known band name around the world, but you sing any one of those songs and they know it. It really is something, Pete wrote No Matter What, and it was the first song we recorded right around Christmas '69. I joined the band in November, or October '69 rather, and that was the first song we went in the studio and did. Came out about a year later, and that was history then, wasn't it? It's been amazing. It's still on the radio all over the world. Same with Baby Blue, same with Day After Day. Just huge songs. They started looking for a guitar player, and I came along and auditioned. Somebody recommended me.
Yeah.
Actually, the bass player from the Mersey Beats.
That's
He
true
wanted
how
to.
it works.
He went to the Ivies and said, "Can I want to be the bass player." He's a great bass player, Billy Kinsley, and a great bass player and singer. And he wanted a job as bass player, and they said, "Well, we're not looking for a bass. We're looking for a guitar player." And I'd happened to have played with Billy in Liverpool.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, I know a guitar player. Call this guy, get this guy." And so they did. They asked me to come down and audition, so I did, and I got the job.
Where did you audition? What physical place? Just up.
In the house where they lived, at 7 Park Avenue in Golders Green. Their manager, Bill Collins, had built a little recording studio in there, and that's where we did the audition. Jim and I both played a concert many years ago actually, for the San Miguel School charity, and I got to meet Jim at that point. I'd heard of him, of course, and I knew Jimmy Jameson, who was a good friend of Jim's as well. And he was known to me as a songwriter and stuff. And I just got to know him at the show, and he's a great guy, and he's a great talent. I know he's not quiet, but he's quiet about that. He doesn't brag about what he can do or what he does. He just goes ahead and does it, And what a great rock and roller he is since high school, I guess, He's a lovely man. We always have a great time when we're together. Has a killer band playing with him here, doesn't he? And you know what? They rehearse the songs and learn the tunes. And there's Jim standing right there, and he's got all, he could stay at home any day he likes. But he's right there with you, singing the song with you. And singing the harmony bits that he's learned and the guitar bits that he's learned. And you have to learn those things. You can't nobody does it right out of their head, so he's just a sweetheart. He's a sweet guy.
The demo of Come and Get It.
Yeah.
Was that McCartney?
McCartney made the demo.
He did the demo.
Yeah. The story goes that the bass player, Ron Griffith, did an interview for New Musical Express or something, and they asked him how it was working with the Beatles. And he quipped, "It hasn't done us much good." So the next thing you know, McCartney's knocking on the door with the tape. This is a song I've just written, and it was Come and Get It, of course. This is a song I've just written, and if you learn the song just like this tape, I'll come back in a week and I'll produce it for you, and it's going to be your first hit record.
Oh, amazing.
And that's what happened.
Now, was he in the studio with you when you tracked?
Yeah,
He was.
Yeah, he came in and did the track. I wasn't there. It was the band, Tommy, Pete, Mike, and Ron Griffith, and he went through each one of them singing it. And there's 22 takes of it, with the different guys singing it each take. And they picked the one. Tommy was the one with the voice that worked on it.
Yeah.
And so he was the one who sang it on the record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one word he goes, "There must be a catch."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah,
so
yeah.
it's cool. It's just so catch.
Yeah.
You know.
And from then on, when Tommy sang, it sounded like Badfinger. I can remember things about the sessions, George Harrison playing guitar with us, doing little Take My Spoon, Blodwyn, which is like a Welsh folk song. Take my spoon, Blodwyn, make it soon, Blodwyn. And it's just real traditional stuff. We had a great time doing it, just enjoyed it, We go around the world and play the songs still to this day. We do Badfinger concerts. I do a Joey Molland Badfinger show, and just play all the old songs, album tracks. We're for the Dark, which is a really beautiful Pete Ham love song. Money and Flying, two songs that Tommy wrote the money bit and I wrote the flying bit, and we stuck them together in 1972. Everybody wrote long songs in those days, and we wrote these little songs, and so we started sticking them together. We got to play Carnegie Hall, all those places. John Lennon called and asked us to come and play on the Imagine album with him, and stuff like that. That was a pretty big night, So, like I say, we were just kind of, we were really nervous around those big stars. We never thought of ourselves like that, So it was great to meet them, and do shows with them and play with them. On George Harrison, when he invited us to do Bangladesh, and we did the All Things Must Pass album with him. And all those great stars were there, playing, and it was great. Eric would come in and practice his guitar there, while we were playing a bit of rhythm guitar, It was a dream world for us. It's been really kind to us, hasn't it? The fates and history and all that. They've said a lot of things about the band, and, we just never pursued the stardom that went with that stuff. And so nobody really knows the name, I don't think, anyway. Some people do, but, real fans and that, but a lot of people still don't know that they're Badfinger songs. I want them to know we did our best. We did our absolute best. And Peter and Mike, who were the original guys from the Ivies, when they formed that band, they formed a rock band, rhythm and blues and rock and roll band. Then they got talked into songwriting. Band went through some personnel changes, became a real pop band at Apple Records, the Ivies. And they were getting fed up with it, That's why they wanted to change their name. They wanted to get back to being a rock band. And that's what they were. And that's what all the fans should know. Badfinger was essentially a rock and roll band. And maybe that's why the songs are a bit punchier and a bit stronger, you know what I mean? So that's the thing I would like them to know.